Hi, welcome to Rooftop Korean, where we try to take a look at both sides of the story here in Korea. For starters, not everyone's crazy about BTS here. They are also puzzled about why are they so successful globally. That's how it is. Of course, there are those who are supportive of the group and are proud of it, but that's only part of the story, not the entire population. North Korea, there are concerns about possibilities, the threats upstairs, but at the same time, we are used to it. We assume that another day, another North Korean missile. But at the same time, there are those who are concerned about the escalating tensions, but that's just how it is here. We accept it, we move on. Now, the biggest story right now, it's not just about politics, economy. A lot of the attention goes to sometimes celebrity news, especially when the celebrity has been deeply, knee deep, elbow deep, shoulder deep involved in trying to be the spokesperson or be a person who's very open minded and outspoken and loud about his beliefs and his stance on certain values. We're talking about Jung, of course, who recently made an appearance in the Blue Dragon or the Cheongnyong Film Festival film award ceremony. Cheongnyong, not just film, I think. I think the award ceremony is for other things in the entertainment industry, but the who's who are there, but not a lot of people are paying a lot of attention to those awards. Just like the Oscars, Koreans are not that crazy about tuning in for several hours just to watch celebrities enjoy their own little celebrations and parties. So Jung was pondering about whether he should show up because he is right now involved in a controversy where uh, there's a child born, but he only recently, after the child was born and after the mother made it public that she's got a baby and there's a chance that she might be talking about who the actual father is, he, not even himself, but rather his agency came forward and said, "Oh, he had a child, and we're going to take good care of it. We stuck with the whole process, so yeah, we're not that bad." Jung Sung is a standout guy, but the problem is, first of all, the timing. It came out just that moment. It looked like they're trying to really put out a quick, rapidly spreading dumpster fire quickly, haphazardly. So far, there hasn't been much comments coming from the mother of the child, who her name is Moon Gabi, a model who is not very prominent. Hardly anyone remembers any time she made some TV appearances in the past, but basically a non-factor, a nobody in this stage. So there's differing views. Well, the man said he's gonna take care of the baby, that he came forward and said, "That's my kid. I'm responsible, and I was talking to the mother, and we are doing our thing, but not getting married." But he has been such an avid advocate of wholesome values, not even family values. Beyond that, he has been an avid advocate of a face poster child for various organizations that's vouching for, pushing for accepting refugees with open arms, but he's not accepting his own wife or the mother of the child as his wife. So that's questionable. And he did a lot of things in the past. Another thing is that he is such a politically left-leaning, you could even call him an activist. Although, ironically, some of the movies he's made were about, some would say, poking fun or a parody of, or rather satire of a very prominent left-leaning political figure. And at the same time, during that film event, he went out and screamed out the then president, who was a conservative leader, screaming out that person's name, saying, "Come on, let me at him." So that's how he is. As there's a questionable level of intellect there. He is a high school dropout. He is a really good-looking person who looks great on camera, but it seems like he wants to advocate certain things and sound like he is in the know, but that doesn't really come across to most people. He's a good-looking person. I wouldn't even say a decent actor. He can play certain roles. He is best when he's just keeping quiet and staring into the camera or away from it. So these are the problems, and in Korea, there are two sides. There are those who are ultra, I suppose, extreme males and extreme females who advocate for their side of the story. Ironically, recently there's been some movements from, I wouldn't say all ladies, but there are certain groups of women who advocate for freedom from the shackles of patriarchy, I suppose, opposing marriage and whatnot. But in this context, they say what an asshole he is for not marrying the girl. And the men who are probably also not really thrilled about providing alimony or slicing their earnings into half to someone, there's some of this group are supportive of Jung. Well, he's being responsible. And also some would say, isn't it being responsible to not marry someone you don't love? But then why do you have kids with someone you don't love? And also for the mother, unfortunately, would you have had the baby if the guy does not want to marry, or maybe he wasn't giving the full green light about having the kid together? Would you have had it if it isn't this billionaire superstar who can have something to share? The problem here again is right now for Jung Woo-sung, he wanted to, or at least his side wanted to, put out the immediate flames by ensuring that he wants to, I suppose, maintain a positive image, saying like, I have nothing to hide, although he came out in the last minute when it seemed like a news agency, or some would say a gossip news agency, made it public that it's his kid, and then his side came out and said, yeah, it's my kid and I'm gonna take care of it. So this is a weird situation, and definitely here's another problem. Here's another big problem. There are traces of him hitting on girls through Instagram DMs and dating someone with photos taken with them, cheek to cheek kissing and whatnot. If you do the calculations, nothing is confirmed yet, but it seems like it's easy math that he was dating all these people, hitting on all these women, when he was aware that Bungabi, the mother of his child, is pregnant and is going to have the baby. So did he do it with her approval, or did he not care about the baby until the last minute when this all happened and spilled? Another issue is that this alimony, rather child support. So what he's gonna be paying is a lot less if he just says, I'm gonna take care of the baby, but I'm not gonna marry it. In Korea, it's not huge. Yeah, it's only about couple of $1,000s a month. So it's nothing too bad for like a couple of decades, right? But he is entitled to, the son is entitled to inheritance. And now that he made it public and officially acknowledged that this is his kid, I guess it's a guarantee that the money, once it's gone, will go somewhere. Also interesting thing to note that during the process of him having this kid out of wedlock, or rather having this girl pregnant and possibly having this kid out of wedlock, he cut off all of the contracts or potential contracts for all the commercials or other activities that would have really raked in the dough because of the penalties he would have to pay in accordance with the contract if his image is tarnished in this fashion. So that was done a lot earlier. And when that was happening, he could have came forward and said, I've got a kid coming on the way. We're having a kid together, but we're not getting married. This is how our relationship works. If they said that, maybe people would have thought, oh, this is new, but he is being responsible. But not at the last minute buzzer beater. That's highly questionable. So a lot of questions are coming up and saying, criticizing him, supporting him and whatnot, but the timing of it, not really working in his favor. And again, unfortunately, because of all the stances that he had made in the past about being this righteous person, advocating for certain causes, whether it's political or social or otherwise, now that voice he has is gone.